Welcome to my channel. This is going to be a look at the overall energy between you and your person of interest. I'm going to be doing a spread where I identify energy that you're feeling in terms of this connection and then your person of interest. Okay. If you want to see future readings and you're not already subscribed, make sure you do so. Hit the like button so that you help the algorithm suggest the videos to anybody who may need to see this, and also it lets me know if you enjoyed it. Leave me a comment below, let me know if it resonated. But let's go ahead and get into it. So the first cards are going to represent your emotional state when it comes to this connection with your person of interest. So for my Sagittarius who are dealing with somebody you've been dealing with for some time, your emotional state, you could be feeling a bit thrown off because there's things that this person may do randomly where they try to show you like random acts of kindness or random acts of sweetness, and in other moments where they may not keep that up consistently, and you could feel a bit confused, even kind of questioning if they're attempting to kind of like play with you or if their intentions are rooted around trying to get something out of this connection. I think that you're paying close attention to how this person is basically showing up and if it's consistent. And this could be, you know, affecting how you feel about this person or how much you're willing to kind of pour yourself out there. Another thing that I'm kind of getting with this energy, for my Capricorns, for my Sagittarius who have been dealing with your person on and off, you could feel thrown off by that too, especially if it's like they're constantly here today, gone tomorrow, messaging you 1 second and then not. Now, if this is a newer connection, you could be actually really feeling this person. You could like how funny they are, how charming they are. They could be a person who seems very like receptive to listen, very supportive. They may not be someone who comes with a lot of confusion, but it could be a little bit emotionally jolting if you may have dealt with somebody past tense who was very all over the place, and them showing you this side could feel like, okay, is this trickery or what? Now, going into your person of interest emotional state when it comes to this connection. So they could be, if this is someone who you've been dealing with for some time, they could be very worried about how you guys have went through some things and haven't gotten to a place of recovery yet. Their mind could be extremely wrapped up by these issues, whether that's you know, holding them accountable about things that they may have done or things that they may have said, and they may feel like stuck, mentally not sure how to move. So they could be very slow to make decisions or may not respond or reach out because they're so in their head. If this is a family situation, they could be worried about how other family members on your side may be feeling, or they could be letting their family affect them emotionally in terms of you guys, you know, working on a romantic relationship. They could be also worried about if the relationship issues you guys may have may affect co-parenting. So they could be a little bit slower to maybe work on things because of that. If this is a newer person in your life and not someone you've, you know, taken it to the next level with yet, they could be afraid of connecting with you and it doesn't end up being long lasting. Like they may want a longer lasting relationship, and they could be their own reason as to why there's a delay in that, because they're over analyzing, they're over judging things before it even gets a chance to form. Now, going deeper, let's look at your intentions. What are my Sagittarius' true intentions when it comes to their person of interest? What do you guys want below the surface? So for my Sagittarius who have been dealing with your person for some time, you could want them to support you, like to show you wholeheartedly, like they support you through your endeavors. They support you romantically. They're someone who's going to be, you know, emotionally available, emotionally supportive. You could be really wanting that from them. You could want them to have follow through. A lot of times you can tell when energetically they're, you know, not present because it shows in their actions or their lack thereof. For my Sagittarius who have been dealing with like a newer person or someone who you're interested in potentially, you know, exploring things further, your intentions could be to deal with this person like genuinely, to genuinely connect with them emotionally and leave the third party stuff behind. Some of you could have a concern about that, especially if you guys have been like kind of talking and they've been giving you some hints that maybe they've been keeping their options open. You could be intending to take this person seriously if they don't have like other third parties or they stay consistent in their efforts. Now, when it comes to your person of interest, their intentions for you, I have, okay, so if this is someone who you've been dealing for some time, their intentions are rooted in really wanting things to work out between you two, but not knowing how to maybe manage that or how to make that happen. They intend to like make you happy, but then they could get caught up in their own feelings and emotions and also confusion on how to navigate the relationship, that they could let, you know, temporary anger make them do things that they don't necessarily mean, or frustration. This is someone who you've been with for some time. They could be someone who is a bit lost at moments where it's like, I wonder how you feel, meaning you. They could be wondering how you feel, and then that confuses them. But ultimately, they would love to be happy with you. They could just let their confusion get in the way. Now, going into their or your hidden or subconscious energy, what is showing up for my Sagittarius when it comes to their person of interest or the person they're dealing with? What are their hopes, fears, hidden patterns that are popping up? So, let's start with hopes. In terms of your hopes, you could be hoping, of course, that there won't be certain challenges or issues much longer. And that if you guys are, you know, wanting to pursue something more serious with them, that will happen. You could also be hoping that there's things that you guys both can show each other, like a different way of loving. Okay, you could also be wanting to show this person like, oh, look, you can be happy, especially if they do give you like so much resistance. Your fears could be that certain challenges won't stop being a thing and that it will be a situation where you have to choose yourself over this connection because it's just getting to be too much. This is someone who you're just more so interested in. You could have fears of you letting your guard down and regretting that and feeling like, okay, maybe I should have just stayed single. When it comes to your person's subconscious fears, hopes, and patterns, starting off with hopes, they could be hoping that you guys genuinely build a real connection. Like if this is a newer person, genuinely that you guys are meant to be together is a hope for them with the Two of Cups. They also hope that you won't switch up, that you'll show them consistent, you know, love, support, and you'll be consistent in your efforts. And that you won't betray them. Like with the Ten of Swords, they could have like a fear of their time being wasted or being let down. In terms of their fears, they could have a fear of you guys, you know, having a connection that's faulty or, you know, doesn't stand the test of time, basically. Now, going into the direction of things, where are things headed when it comes to this connection that my Sagittarius have with their person of interest? So if this is a newer connection, things are headed to a place of addressing both of you guys' fears. I think that this connection will inspire both of you to address like, okay, low key, what am I afraid of? Low key, what do I want out of things? And push you guys towards healing. Like a lot of times we think that we've healed until we are now having to, you know, put ourselves out there and connect with another person. And we realize like, oh, maybe I haven't all the way healed from, you know, being cheated on or being lied to. So I could have like these knee-jerk reactions to react this way. So this could be a pivotal moment that allows you guys to move forward and have a better relationship if you guys can move past this. If this is someone who you've been dealing with for some time, it may be a situation where there's a chance to heal, like infidelity, maybe some moments of like avoiding each other, like you guys get past that point and actually get to communicate. And yeah, it could be hard, but I do see a process of you guys genuinely working through things. Now, what's the best advice for my Sagittarius when it comes to approaching their love life, just as a whole? So the best advice for you is to free yourself from the shackles of your past, in the sense of not letting, with the devil card, certain, knee-jerk reactions or certain, patterns that may have worked in a toxic relationship now be transferred into a healthier dynamic. Because when we've been in a toxic relationship, maybe the way we communicate in that dynamic looks totally different than how we should communicate in a healthy one. So addressing, like, okay, not saying that you're toxic, but is there certain relationships where you've had to adapt to maybe some things that aren't necessarily the healthiest, that don't necessarily work in a healthy dynamic, and just recognizing it and shifting the approach. Another piece of advice is to take your time in terms of assessing whether or not you want to get into a relationship with someone, or what your next plan of action is going to be. It's better for you to be sure from like comparing your mental and emotional state together in terms of making a decision than just leaning off of how you feel in the moment. So give yourself some time. But this is what I see. I wish you the best of luck. I hope that this was helpful and to give you insight. And I will talk to you guys in the next one.